This project will provide all the five features of cloud computing. We have created a cloud data vault to upload, download, and share varying size documents from any location via internet and illustrate how distributed database will handle the challenge of load balancing, data recovery, scalability, and elasticity to provide on-demand, shared, and network access to data. In the Thought Lab, we have made QuickVM as our query router. It will handle the request of data and then interact with config server to route the incoming data to the appropriate shard using shard key algorithm. Then we have made VM5 as a config server which will contain all the metadata of cluster. VM3 will act as a Node.js server on which a front-end application is running. VM1 and VM2 will act as a shard where data will be stored, and VM4 will act as a replica to store the backup of the data. To implement the upload, download, and file sharing feature, we have used MeanStack. That is, we have created a RESTful Node.js application. To handle large size files, we have used grid file system on top of MongoDB. Grid file system breaks down the file into chunks. Now we'll demonstrate how our application will function. User will log in by giving his or her username and password. These details will be stored in the user schema of the database. From here, user can upload the file to the respective shard in the MongoDB database. As we have used grid file system on top of MongoDB, the incoming files will be stored in the form of chunks and files. To route the data to the respective shards, we have used tag-aware sharding. We have tagged the shards by the name Tempe and Arizona. It will route the data based on the range of the shard key value. Shard key will be combination of file ID and sequence number of the chunks created by the grid file system. We have chosen the shard key to make the distribution of files among shards even and balanced. This is how the data will be distributed across shard. Secondly, we have also provided a download feature where user can download all the files uploaded by him as well as the shared with him. Thirdly, we have provided the file sharing feature where user can share his or her document with another user present at any location just by giving other user's name corresponding to that document. Whenever data is on the public cloud, security is one of the important features to be taken care of. Therefore, we have used passport.js middleware to, lo- to local strategy authentication scheme into our Express framework. Now, we'll explain how we implemented five features of cloud with the help of our application. Number one, scalability, and number two, elasticity. As soon as the maximum data limit of any of the shard is reached, the load balancer will not be able to move chunks from one shard to another. To overcome this issue, we have created a Python script which will run every minute. The script will read the log file and detects if the shard has reached its maximum limit, and accordingly will alert the admin to give a new shard or remove the extra shard. Number 2. Measured service. We are providing user the functionality to view the space used by him or her. Number 3. Resource pooling. We have used distributed database system. Let's say the file size is 64 MB and the shard size is 32 MB. Then the data will be divided into two shards. But while downloading the file, user will not know the data division and he will be able to access the document as a whole thing by the storage size of 64 MB. Number 5. Broad network access. We have published our application into Hero so that people can access through desktop as well as mobile devices. So this is how we have covered all the five features of cloud computing.